I'm a very white little human because I'm covered all in white. I feel very inspired to talk about the topic of change. Obviously, with the new year, January, I think a lot of us are invited to reevaluate what we want for ourselves stepping into this new year, what we want to create. You know, I've been talking a lot about this vision that we have for our year, what we want to build and create. And with that, I think comes a lot of change. Perhaps letting go of certain aspects of us that are tying us down to our past, letting go of old habits, routines, patterns, ways of being, thoughts, people, friends, relationships, partners, jobs, even like housing situation, a location that you're living in, everything. I mean, this touches everything. And it's scary because it asks us to go into the unknown. It asks us to trust the unknown and to hold our vision simultaneously. And so I've been really reflecting upon this and change and what it means, what it represents. And with that comes this commitment energy. You know, what are you committed to? What do you really want to bring forward? And are you really committed to it? You know, and what does that look like for you? Are you really showing up? Or are you just waiting around and waiting around and waiting around? Like, are you really stepping into it? Are you taking action towards it? Are you in this giving and receiving mode? Or are you overdoing, overgiving, over-receiving? It's studying all these different dynamics that are going on. And so I return back to this January and this topic of change, because it is true that, you know, these New Year intentions, whatever, like, essentially it's like because we don't want to repeat the past. We don't want to just copy and paste the year we just had. We don't want to just relive the same thing, right? Because then we're never changing and evolving. So change is good. Change is important. So I was looking at change. I was looking at commitments. And then I was looking at responsibility. Right? If we want to change, we want to step into our power. Power comes with great responsibility. Right? So what are the responsibilities that I'm going to have to take? Let me just switch. I can't hold this forever. I don't know. Perhaps the change that is being asked of you is to take responsibility in certain areas. And that has been huge for me. Like, where is it that I'm not taking responsibility for myself? That I'm not taking the reins. I don't know if you can say that in English, but like you're not taking control over your life. And control in the sense of being the co-creator with the universe. I think so many of us do not take responsibility, because then if something doesn't go to plan, if something doesn't work out, well, it's easier to just blame it on someone else, blame it on something external to yourself for it not working out, because it would hurt too much to admit it to yourself. Okay, I did this and it didn't work out, right? So it's so much easier to therefore not take responsibility, not take action, not step forward. But it's such a shame. I think like what keeps coming back to me is the word co-creator, how we are literally co-creating this life. And so if you want something, you have to go for it. But like literally do the thing. You know, I think so many people confuse manifestation with, oh, I send it out and I'm just going to sit down on my butt and like wait for something to appear, wait for something to come forward. Again, that's not what manifestation is about. Now, it can work. It can be that way in the sense of like, you set the intention, you embody the frequency and you let it go. But that's I feel like that's super passive, and it could take very long. Whereas instant manifestation is about setting the intention, setting the frequency, embodying. And with the embodiment comes the action, right? It's the divine masculine that takes action from the divine feminine inspiration, intuition, inner dance. And so coming back to this theme of responsibility, it's like, where are you not taking responsibility for yourself and therefore not stepping into your power and therefore not wanting to change? And I'm seeing how these all interconnect. Change, responsibility, the fear of the unknown. But I think what's even scarier is like never changing. Honestly, and I'm feeling this inner like nudge, this inner call, like it's really stemming from within to change the things that are so out of alignment. Like it's screaming at me how far off of alignment it is. And I mean, I even had a moment this week where I literally fell flat forward onto the concrete and I couldn't breathe for a while. Like I got a huge bruise, like an internal bruise on my chest. These things like rarely happen to me, but it's like, yo, stop and redirect, you know, like these are deep, tangible messages that the universe sends us so we can redirect our energy and refocus on the quote unquote most aligned action. And so I'm very aware of that too. You know, what is the universe sending to me? What is the universe signaling to me? Where am I misdirecting my energy? And how can I shift that, recalibrate, and move forward? You know, and this is change, you know, it's taking action in an aligned way that serves you and that you're actually doing some momentum forward versus just like, oh, I'm just going to do something to do something. That is not divine masculine. Divine masculine is inspired. And so taking responsibility allows you to take action forward and therefore will inherently translate to change. Change is inevitable. And I think unfortunately when you don't listen to the messages to change, like to change something, redirect your energy, then it's like you have moments like me where I fell flat forward on my face. The message, like the universe will make you stop. It will literally force you into a situation to stop and redirect. Change arms. And so I hope that with all of this, there is sense in what I'm saying, that to craft your reality, to initiate change, a big piece of it is taking responsibility for yourself and the parts of you that you just let aside. You are waiting for someone else to tell you and dictate you the direction, which is so foolish because there's only you that knows the right direction for yourself. There's only you that can pave the way forward. Like you are the only person. Literally, you're like the only person you're waiting for. I say this with a lot of smile, you know, and I'm laughing, but I'm not. I know it's a delicate subject as well because it goes back to this radical responsibility, radical honesty towards yourself of like, where am I just bypassing and waiting for time to fly by and something to land in my lap, you know, because that's not really how it works. Yeah, you can obviously work with intuition and communicating with your guides and angelic beings and cosmic forces, but at the end of the day, it's also like bringing it into your physical body and grounding it into your reality. It's very much a physical experience as well. Very much a physical experience. And I think that's also a huge thing is that a lot of people that are in the spiritual awakening and the spiritual path, the spiritual journey, it's beautiful, it is great. And it's too easy to be like, oh my gosh, I don't belong on earth. It's too hard. I don't know what to do. You know, I just want to go and meditate and fly away. Like the point of being human is to be in this physical experience. So yeah, of course you are multi-dimensional. Of course you're going to connect with higher frequencies and all sorts of, you know, even different dimensions if you are aware and sensitive to that, but you are human. So anchor it into your physical body. Like that's the whole point, in my opinion, which makes it also difficult sometimes to do the very human stuff because you feel like you just don't belong. But so, going back to my point of responsibility and change, can you take ownership of that? Of your life, of your power as a co-creator to your life, to then finally take action and create the life that you want. And immediately, like, the first thought that comes to mind is like this fear of, oh no, but you know, if I take responsibility, then what if it goes wrong? You know, what if it doesn't go to plan? Oh no, but then I'm screwed up, like I'm a failure. What are other people gonna think? There are all these limiting thoughts and beliefs that come up. But like, that's literally the universe. God is waiting for you. They're like handing out the hand forward, just waiting for you to take it. And it sucks that so many of us, we're just sitting there waiting for something to miraculously change. We're just in this waiting energy constantly of like, you know, I don't know, I'm just gonna wait. Oh, the sky's blue. This is so beautiful. You know what I mean? Like, yes, have the conversations with your higher self. Have the conversations with the guides. Have the conversations with whatever spiritual team, angelic beings you connect with, and bring it into the physical reality so that you can actually have this human experience and share it with other people, share with other humans. You're not supposed to live this life in an airy-fairy reality and without grounding it in. Like, otherwise you wouldn't be on Earth. Like, you could just be doing that on a different planet, in a different reality. Like, yeah. So, how can we allow change by taking responsibility, radical responsibility of our lives, and initiate change in that way? By taking aligned action, harnessing our divine inner masculine in conjunction to our divine feminine, right? I was also thinking about inner parenting. You know, if you feel like you never received like a healthy parenting, maybe is the word. How can you parent yourself? How can you be your inner mother? How can you be your inner father? And parent that inner child that is wounded and perhaps will make you do things that really aren't in the best interest for you. That's also an interesting topic, interesting theme. And it also ties back to responsibility, right? Because if you don't inner parent yourself, where's the responsibility at? Oh, it's not mine. Oh, it's not mine. You know, oh, it's not mine. I don't have to take responsibility for anything. Well, that's a trap. So these are just questions that are coming to mind, questions to explore. Very powerful to start off the year as well. Because when you're clear with that, when you're clear with yourself and your intention, and you're taking responsibility for it, that is the way forward to change. It just is. It just is, you know. Receive, take action. Receive, take action. I take responsibility. I take responsibility. Receive, take action. Knowing as well, let me just make this clear, knowing that it can change at any time. Just because you commit to something today, right now, in a certain shape and form, doesn't mean that it has to be that thing forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. That's also just like a matrixy thing, to feel like you're confined and fixed in a certain place. Because you're not. You're not. You get to change and evolve in any way. And that gives a lot of freedom, you know, to think, okay, well, you know, I want to try this new thing out. Okay, I'm terrified it's not going to work out. Like, what if it doesn't work out? Oh, what if I put so much energy into this thing and it doesn't work out? That's embarrassing. Or what is Giselle going to think? And oh my goodness, like it's just going to confirm that I can't do anything and that no one's interested and whatever. All these thoughts. But it gives us freedom to think, you know what? A car. I can do this thing. I can try it out. And if it doesn't work out, you know, like really, if I put all my energy into it, I give it days, weeks, months, and it's still not going anywhere. Okay, cool. I can just change. No big deal. No big deal. Wow, you just changed. Cool. No one cares at the end of the day, right? Like, no one is there spying on you or controlling you. Like, you get to decide. If you really don't want to continue on a path, change. Just change. You don't have to stay there. For me, I know that was a big thing with commitment. It's like, oh, but if I commit to this thing, I'm glued to this. You know, it's like going to having a gym membership. Usually, gym memberships are like, I'm just gonna wait till the cars pass by. I'm really sorry. I don't know what's going on. It's like peak hour or something. You say, okay, I have 1 year. I have to commit to 1 year. Usually, like where I live, that's how it is. You have to commit to 1 year of a full membership. And you're like, oh, but I don't want to commit to 1 year. Like, what if I just want to go for 4 months? Is that a big deal? You know, is that a big deal? And so what if you pay your gym membership and then you don't end up going as much as you thought you would? So what? Literally, the universe is supporting you in your freedom and highest expansion. So if you commit to something and you realize, oh damn it, like it's not really what I wanted, amazing, cool, take note, move on. You know, like at least you tried and you confirmed to yourself, okay, that's actually not what I wanted. Amazing. Cool. That means there's something else. You don't have to beat yourself up for it. Like, you don't have to beat yourself up for it. I feel like it's so much better to act. You know, you feel inspired, act. And try it out. Even if it doesn't work out in the first thing. Like, it's probably not going to work out the first time. That's just reality. And so, you try it out. And then based on repetition, you know, it's like a muscle you have to train based on repetition. Then you test and see for yourself, okay, like, did I like this or not? Like, what was the result? Like, you evaluate it, but give it time. Give it time, give it space. I think it's too easy to judge immediately. And then to be super hard on yourself and overanalyze something that really has no space to be analyzed so rapidly. I don't think that's very efficient. So yeah. You can take responsibility for yourself. You can be committed to something. You can allow for change and give yourself freedom to change. You are far from being glued to one place. That is such a limiting belief. That is such a limiting belief. You're not glued to one place forever and ever and ever. That is just a limiting belief. And there's the moon. Let me show you the moon. How can I show you the moon? And a little plane, because we are on planet Earth. Woohoo! So yeah, I don't know if any of this resonates on the theme of responsibility, change, power, ownership, freedom, responsibility. I think I already said that. Anyways, I'd love to hear your relationship with any of these topics and how your January has been so far. I really feel like January asks us to look at the little details that just can't come with us through the year. I already felt that with December, although December for me was like It is setting the tone for 2024. January for me is like, okay, now you like remove all the little, you know, the little distractions, the little leaks of energy, I would say. Like little tight spots that are constricting energy flow, and other areas where there's just an energy leak. You have to clean it up, you know? Address it, clean it up. To give a sturdier foundation for yourself. More clarity. Yeah, for me, January, I think it's Capricorn season, right? That it feels super like shattering reality. Like, bring it back to reality, the basics, the foundation, like the structure, so that you can move forward. It's all about moving forward at the end of the day, you know? Like, this is the point of this human reality is a forward momentum. It is a forward momentum. Even if, you know, you say like, oh, I want to take a break, I need a day to do nothing. Well, you're consciously choosing to do nothing, so you're still moving forward in that way. The only time you're not moving forward is when you're feeling stuck and you're resisting the stuck, and you're just sitting there, you're just waiting there, you're blaming other people, or you feel shame, you feel frustration, anger, all these things, and you fall into self-victimization, victim state, and so you just wait around. That is not helpful. What is helpful is to take responsibility for yourself and to consciously choose every day what you want to do. Maybe one day you're going to be super busy, super on the go. I do all these things, meetings, calls, creation, whatever. Maybe another day is going to be super creative. Maybe another day it's going to be all about self-care. You know, you take a full day spa, whatever. And then maybe one day you're like, I can't do anything with anyone. I need just space for me. And all of that is forward momentum. You are moving forward. So I'm curious if any of this resonates, what your January has been so far, what is popping up for you. These are themes that I've just been exploring, and I'm thankful for this beautiful weather, the snow. I usually have a difficulty with winter. If I'm not in the mountains, then I find it difficult. And this year it's gonna be different, guys. This year, year 8, I'm seeing a lot of infinite potential, magic, major manifestation. I'm seeing like magician vibes. Yeah, magician vibes. But I don't know how people who vlog do this. Like, my arm, left and right now at this point, is completely burning off. I hope that you're well, wherever you are on this planet, on this globe. I hope that you're well. Feel free to message me, leave a comment below. I'd love to hear from you. And thank you for watching. Thank you for taking the time. As always, it is such an honor to be here in this space and to connect in this way. I'm sending you all my heart, all my love, all my blessings. Really, truly take care.